Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Carla and this is a place where I create all sorts of things, primarily sewing related things, but I also love to crochet and sometimes knit, and I'm really into DIY home renovation type stuff. But in today's video, I am going to be running you through my recent pattern and fabric haul. Yes, I bought new patterns and new fabric. For me, this is a big deal because I usually thrift everything or I refashion things primarily. So I'm pretty excited to share with you what I have bought. And I also am giving myself a little bit of a challenge. Before I'm allowed to make any of those new patterns with my new fabric, I need to get through some of my to be refashioned pile because it's getting out of hand. Ugh. All right, let's get into it. Okay, these are the patterns that I recently purchased. There's so many of them. Let's not talk about the other 50 patterns that I have in the cupboard right here, all of which I've thrifted or they've been given to me. Anyway, let me whiz through this pattern. First one is this gorgeous simplicity pattern. It's a wrap dress. And I'll share with you some of the fabric that I bought in a minute because I've got choices for this one. I'm quite liking this shorter version as well, depending on the fabric amount that I have. I can never figure out how to buy the right amount of fabric. I either buy way too much or not enough. But anyway, I'm confident that I can make it work. Like when I made this top out of not very much fabric, you know, we've got some cool like details, I call them, that made it work. So yeah, that's the first dress. Second dress, a little bit different. I picked this one because it's got this really cool kind of like cutout detail here. And I kind of like that conservative high neckline. It's different from my usual princess neckline. So I thought, well, I might give this a go. I really love the shorter version and I love that color too. It's like one of my favorite colors. This dress as well. Oh, it's so cute. I love that you can have either the single tie, one shoulder, or both. This is probably something that I could quite easily self-draft, but I got a pattern just because they were on sale. They were like $4.50 each instead of $22 each, and I thought, well, yeah, cute. I then got this pattern here. Just a simple turtleneck pattern. Once again, I could probably copy an existing long sleeve turtleneck that I already have, but I figured, well, save myself the effort for $4.50, just buy the pattern. So I got this as well. This one here, I don't know why I picked this. I looked at it again the other day and was like, why did I buy this? I don't think I like it. Great. But you never know. Maybe it just requires the right kind of fabric. I quite like this one here. I also got this. Now I love this and I reckon this would be so easy to turn into a cute tunic dress with these amazing sleeves. Definitely making this, and I picked up some fabric specifically for this top. This exact one. God, love. And last but not least, why did I buy a bomber jacket pattern? I don't know. I must have obviously been, you know, I don't know, having a moment when I picked this up at the shop. I probably had too much coffee that day and was like, yeah, bomber jacket. Yeah, who knows. I did show this to my sister. She's way more trendy than me. The fact that I just used the word trendy, I think, is an indication of how, like, up with the trends that I am or aren't, I should say. Anyway, I showed this to her and she was like, that'd be cool in like a cool patchworky kind of denim. And I do have a lot of denim that I need to use. So yeah, I might make a cool denim bomber jacket, maybe. Anyway, let's get into the fabric haul. Now the reason I bought fabric new is because they had a sale on at Spotlight. All fabrics, 40% off a meter. And I had to take up that deal because I'm a sucker for a good deal. And also I really like rayon. I love that rayon. I love the drape. I love that it's easier to sew with, and it's great for dresses. It's great for tops and skirts. It's just so versatile, and it's hard to find rayon at op shops. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I certainly have found some really lovely things and refashioned them from op shops, but to make specific dresses from a pattern, you kind of need the fabric, like flat, like no refashioning, if that makes sense. So the first one I got is this. Oh my goodness, it's just so soft. Oh, now I've probably bought way too much. It feels like I've bought way too much. Like, I'm just thinking if this was a finished dress, but then I forget that sleeves take up quite a lot of fabric, and if I'm making a long or a midi dress, I'm going to need a lot as well. So I got 4.5 meters, I think, of this. Now at 40% off, it was still quite expensive, and to be honest, I was a little bit surprised when she gave me the total price. I was like, oh goodness. And it made me realize, well, no wonder people don't sew their own clothes, because to buy the fabric, it's almost the same price as buying a dress, albeit a dress that was probably made in a sweat factory, which is why it's so cheap, because the people that sewed it probably get paid pennies. But still, like, it's really not helping people learn how to make things for themselves when it's so expensive to buy raw materials brand new. So this dress, oh my god, which one was it? 4 meters of this, even at 40% off, so it ended up being $12.60 a meter. So I saved $33.60. Cost me $50.40. Plus the pattern, which was $4.50. And I might be able to get enough out of this to make another item of clothing for one of my kids, or a blouse for myself, right? But like, for $55, that's crazy. Like, anyway, I'm still looking forward to using it and making it and having a dress like this, because I don't have a polka dot dress in this color. I love it. Now next up is this. This is such a cute print. I'm not sure if the camera is doing it justice. It's like this gorgeous tan with white, a dark navy that almost looks like black speckle, and then my favorite mustard color, and this beautiful, beautiful print. I am planning on making this dress out of this fabric, because I think it would just be so sweet, so sweet. I actually really like this fabric that the dress is made out of, but I couldn't find anything similar to that. That's okay. So this, once again, is a rayon blend. Beautiful drape, gorgeous fabric. It was 40% off per meter, and this $50.40 for 4 meters. I bought 4 meters of this as well. Crazy. Ugh. And now I also picked up this. Now it looks yellow on camera, but it's more of a mustardy color, I assure you. It is a jersey stretch. It's got a 2-way stretch. That's why I picked it, because I quite like jersey fabrics that have the dual stretch. They're just more versatile, I find, and yeah, they're easier to cut your pattern pieces out of, and you get less waste as well. Like, I'm just frustrated with the amount of jersey offcuts that I have that are hard to reuse for any kind of stretch item, because they only have that 1-way stretch. So I picked this up. It's in a really cute, like, striped pattern. I'm going to make a turtleneck out of it, maybe a few other items of clothing for my kids, assuming that I've got enough fabric here. This was on clearance. I was so lucky I found it. It was $8 a meter. I don't know how much I saved on this one, but I bought the rest of the roll. So there's 1.63 meters here, and it cost me $13. So that's pretty good. I'll probably get like a top at least out of this, plus something else. And then the last item is this beautiful green linen blend. Oh, right. Oh my god. Oh, she likes it. The green linen blend. She loves it. And now this fabric is what I'm going to make.
Excuse me.
You want to play with it? Okay, you can play with it. I'm going to make this blouse out of that green fabric, because I don't have a green blouse, and I think it would just be absolutely lovely. It's so nice. linen. Once again, 40% off. Whoops.
Okay.
Now that was $27.60 for 2 meters.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
You spent so much money.
Hashtag worth it. Hashtag worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's totally worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's gonna be worth it. I'll make you a top, a matching top if I have any left over.
What happens if we don't have leftovers?
I'll make you a matching scrunchie.
What happens if you don't have any there to make a scrunchie?
Now, before I allow myself to get stuck into any one of these brand new patterns using my new fabric, I need to sort out some of the to be refashioned items. And I say some because I have more in the cupboard over here next to me. These are just the items that are taking up space on my sewing table, which is also our desk, like working from home area. Anyway, I kind of hug it. Let me just share with you the 3 items that I've picked out, and I've said to myself, you're refashioning these, Karla, before you're allowed to start any new project. First up, this skirt. It's hard to see. I'm not even going to try it on because the reason why I need to refashion this and turn it into another pair of pajama shorts is because it's just not safe for work. Like, I feel like it just is really too clingy. I'm not at that stage of my life anymore where that's my vibe. So yeah, it's gotta be changed up. Next up is this white blouse. And it's a lovely, just simple white work top. It's got a lining underneath, cotton lining, and it's made out of just like obviously a drape polyester type fabric. I'm not quite sure. But problem is, always cuts under the armpit, and it's got a bit of a sleeve kind of stain, I think. Well, it's not really stained, but I have the True Bias Ogden cami pattern right here. I'm thinking maybe my original plan when I put this in my Refashion stash was to make the Ogden cami out of this top. But that was such a long time ago. Like, I don't really think I need a white, flowy, drapey tank top, which is what the Ogden cami is. So I don't know whether I should actually refashion this into the Ogden cami. What do you think I should do? Stay tuned. We'll find out later in this video. Now, the last item that I'm going to commit to fixing before I start anything new is this dress. I will find some footage and add it here. I refashioned this dress already, and I kind of messed it up because I rushed and I didn't follow a pattern. I just winged it. Wung it. It was not great. I winged some darts. Also, don't ever wing darts. Don't have a crack at putting darts in and just wing it on both sides, because they will not be even and it will look weird. Yes, so this dress, I also didn't address the very, very big gapey neckline, which is really not my size. I thrifted it. It cost me $11 when I thrifted it. It's a beautiful, beautiful rayon cotton blend fabric, fully lined. It's got like this cute gathered skirt. It's just gorgeous. It really is, but it wasn't my size. It was way too big. And I did just a shoddy job at resizing it. I could easily turn this into a swing, like a cute dress that doesn't have sleeves. That would actually rectify a lot of my problems with it. And I can change the whole neckline then if I don't want to have the sleeves attached. It will fix the fact that I have cut in too short at the shoulders when I was trying to take the dress in. And I think that might be my only option. Stay tuned. Hey friends, it's a new day. I have been out hanging out with a friend and I'm home now. I just had a cup of tea in the cutest teacup ever. And I have been sitting here trying to figure out how to turn this grey skirt into a pair of pajama shorts. Now I got these bike shorts out thinking I could use them as a bit of a template for the pattern. Turns out that I'm probably not going to have enough fabric to make comfortably fitting PJ shorts. So I'm going to change my plans and I'm going to make something else out of this because I quite like the fabric. It's very stretchy, it's very comfortable, good versatile colour. So my initial thoughts were maybe I could make pyjamas for my 7-year-old. Then I realised that she has so many clothes and she often doesn't wear any of the things that I actually make for her. So now I'm thinking perhaps I make myself a grey tank top. Let's do this. I self-drafted my own pattern for the tank top by using an existing tank top that I had in my wardrobe. Really easy to do yourself. You just need to remember to add seam allowance in the appropriate areas and make sure that you cut the front and the back pieces correctly. So I have made a pattern, front and back pattern pieces for the tank top. Yes, I've made the pattern out of some kind of decorative paper that came around a bunch of flowers. Yeah, I keep these things for these reasons. So yeah, I now have a pattern. Okay, I have just tried it on and it is so good. It is a little bit tight, like a bit too high around the front neckline, especially if I'm going to be adding a band. So I'm just going to cut that down a little bit. The back is fine, assuming I've got it. Yep, I've got it on the right way. Yep. And yes, perfect. It looks really good. Fits really well. I've just put it over the top of my other top that I'm wearing, but so quick and easy. Okay, so I've now cut out 2 bands for each of the armholes. To get the size for these, it was quite straightforward. All I did was measure the opening of the armhole. I actually measured it on the pattern because it was easy. I can just lay the pattern down and then just measure with my measuring tape. And that was, it came up to 42 centimeters in total, or 43 centimeters, but I've just shortened it to 40 centimeters because you want the R-band to be a little bit smaller, so then it sort of pulls the top fabric in around your arm, right? So all we need to do now is, oh, and just FYI, I used the top part of the skirt that was already folded over to get the 2 armbands, and I've taken out the elastic from the skirt, which I will reuse for another project in the future, so that it goes back in the stash. We need to close it together so then it is a circle. So we do that for both of them, and then all we do is simply stitch it on to the fabric and stretch as we go, so then it fits around the armhole. Yeah, I'll attempt to show you what I'm talking about. So the trick when doing this is to evenly distribute the stretch of the band across the whole armhole. Otherwise you'll have weird gathers. So that's a good thing to do. So this is what it looks like. If you don't have an overlocker, you can use zigzag stitch, but overlocking is obviously a fair bit easier. Now to do the other sleeve. And look at that. Oh, I love it. Last thing I need to do is put a little tag on the back. What are you doing, Neve?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I just doing swimming.
Okay, time to refashion this orange dress. What I'm going to do is turn it into a cami dress or a tank top style dress, which means the sleeves will be going, which I'm a little bit upset about because I really do love a good puff sleeve, but it's okay. I'll use the sleeves for something else. And I'm going to use this True Bias Ogden cami pattern to hack this dress into a camisole type dress. What I'm going to do first is just cut the first skirt tier off, because I also took in these side seams but didn't actually do a particularly good job, and now the tiers don't sit straight and they kind of dip down at the sides, which looks kind of cool here, but it doesn't look cool when you've got the dress on. It just sits really unevenly. So yeah, I'm going to fix that up. So then when I've got the new bodice part using the Ogden cami pattern, then I can just reattach the first tier. I can regather it and attach it correctly. All right, let's get into it. Once the existing dress was cut apart, it was much easier for me to cut out the pattern pieces. I did need to modify the pattern slightly to fit with the fabric that I had. Underneath the arms was a little bit tricky, so I actually had to cut into some of the sleeve fabric. So it's got an interesting detail under the arms, which I'll show you in a sec. It was really good that I didn't keep the sleeves, because I was able to use some of the sleeve fabric to make these shoulder straps. I did deviate a little bit from the Ogden cami pattern, which has spaghetti straps, and opted for a thicker strap. So quite straightforward. I just added a couple of centimeters to the straps and kept the opening for the strap holes a little bit wider than the pattern. So stitched obviously all of the pattern pieces together, which I won't get into detail here. It's pretty straightforward, and attached the top layer to the lining. And I also top stitched the top layer to the lining as well. I gathered the skirt as you would normally with a gathered skirt, and then attached that to the top layer of the lining. And it was so straightforward. I absolutely love this dress. There's the detail under the arms that you can see there. It actually works really, really well. And I love it. Here's the finished product. I hope you like it too. So it's been a couple of days now since I finished the orange dress and the grey tank top, and I have been thinking so hard about what to do with this white blouse, and I literally cannot come up with an idea that I am fully sold on. So I'm going to leave this out of this video because I really don't know what to do, and I'm going to put it to you. If you're watching this, can you please comment below and let me know what you think I should do with this white blouse, because I'm kind of stumped. I have looked on Pinterest and I just don't know. So if you have any ideas, please comment below what you think I should do, because I would love to hear from you. And I promise that I will refashion this in an upcoming video once I figure out what to do with it. But in the meantime, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this. Yes, I'm in a weird spot. I'm actually in my laundry just filming this outro because the football game is on and it's all happening in our household. But thank you so much for watching. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would mean the world to me. And stay tuned for what I decide to make out of those new fabrics using those new patterns, because that's going to be coming up in an upcoming video as well. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.